Welcome to the Wellness for Women show, where we talk about life, weight loss and everything in between. I'm Faye, founder of the AAA Way Life and Weight Loss Programme, and I'm here to help you put together the pieces of life and weight loss for one last time. This is an episode of the Wellness for Women show, filmed live in the free Facebook group. Hello, and welcome to episode number 64 of the Wellness for Women show. And this week, I wanted to talk to you about finding your joy, the missing piece to your weight loss puzzle. And so what sparked this one was I was talking to someone this week about finding more joy in life as an individual, as a couple, as families, and it sparked inspiration for the show. And so my aim ultimately for those who decide to join the Wellness for Women Backstage Pass membership is that you find more joy in the weight loss process. In fact, there's a whole section in there called Soul Food, because to me, feeding your soul, finding joy and purpose are just as important as feeding your body. It's certainly something that can help for sustainable weight loss. The more, in theory, the happier, but it's not necessarily just about happiness, as you'll soon find out. The better you will start to look after yourself, you can reduce emotional eating, that kind of thing. So, are you ready to find your happy? So, too often the beliefs we hold about weight loss are that it's a chore, it's a punishment, and that we forget that joy and happiness can also be part of the journey. This can often stop women from starting their journey even, or it can lead to us struggling along the way. And by exploring our relationship with joy, we can find more freedom and fulfillment in the weight loss process. And so that's what I want to talk about today. And as usual, let me know what your takeaways are from this episode under the videos on my profile or in the Wellness for Women group, or when this eventually hits YouTube next year. Let me know your thoughts and comments. Likewise, if you've got a question, by all means drop it under any of the videos wherever you find these, because it's going live in 3 places now. And if you are listening on the podcast when it comes out, I say look for the links in the description and join the free Facebook group. So, quick intro from me for those who does not know me. I am Faye, certified life coach, and I want to help you to ditch diet drama and find more joy in the weight loss process with simple food and life freedom method, the AAA way, because you deserve to feel amazing inside and out. So check out the descriptions if you want to find out more about how you can actually work with me to get that started. So, puzzle pieces. Go together like a jigsaw puzzle. You have to work on both. So puzzle piece number 1, what is joy? Joy, what is it to you? Joy is more than just happiness and fun, although they're part of it. It can be a deep sense of contentment, fulfillment that comes from within. It can come when you do something that aligns with your purpose, your values, your wants, your needs, and your desires. And so joy fits absolutely perfectly when working on life and weight loss with love. And this is why I talk about ditching diet drama and finding more joy. And joy is typically a positive, feel-good emotion. But what does joy actually mean to you? This is the key thing here. What brings me true joy and what brings you joy will be 2 completely different things. We will have different likes, different tastes, different dreams, different aspirations, and that's all okay. So for me, joy is working on this show and helping my members. It's seeing my daughter grow into the amazing woman that she is. It's about doing jobs as well as I can do. It's about learning, growing and striving and becoming the most aligned version of me that I can be. That's what brings me joy. But what brings you joy? So again, wherever you're watching this or listening, if there's a space to leave a comment, let me know what brings you joy. And again, look at it more than necessarily just happiness, but true inner peace and joy. So I watched somebody having some coaching once, and they were struggling to identify joy and what would make them happy. They weren't sure if they were a joyful person even. And you might think this is easy, or you might even think, yeah, I'm struggling with that as well. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're also not happy. We can all be happy in our own little ways. For anybody that's in the UK, obviously we had Victor Meldrew here in One Foot in the Grave as a show. You know, even he was happy in his own way, as much as he was being portrayed as this miserable character. But it just means that there are more layers to figure out, and no one can do it for you. It's something that you have to figure out yourself. And so I wanted to pose a few questions for you. So what is it that you really want? What would make you really happy? What would make you feel good in your core? And what are your values? What do you think is your purpose? Working on all of these things can help you to bring insight to yourself so that you can then step into action and bring yourself more joy. So these are some of the questions that you could ask yourself. And it's the same with weight loss. We have had years of gathering shoulds and should nots about losing weight, and these usually leave us feeling confused, frustrated, and restricted. And what's the point of following a diet if it's not going to bring you joy in the long term? How will you sustain it if it really sucks? Which, in my personal experience, most diets did. You likely won't. And this again takes us then back into the yo-yo loop, all the time fueling those old beliefs that we're not good enough, that we can't lose weight, and that weight loss is hard, which again doesn't have to be true. So again, it's about finding joy in whatever it is that you do. And it can be, you can also find joy in things that you don't even want to be doing if you know the right tricks and tips. Puzzle piece number 2. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? If you had to guess, what do you think is holding you back from finding more joy? Finding more joy in life, your wellness, your weight loss? So it feels quite ironic in a way that I'm talking about joy today, because I've just literally had 2 days where I've been really struggling to find my own joy. For me, my known barrier is my hormones, those delightful things that us ladies have. They show up every so often for me to make me downright miserable for a couple of days. Thankfully, it has now passed. Hurrah! It's one of those things when you're in the midst of it, though, you do kind of think it's never going to pass. But thankfully for me, it does pass. But maybe if you're working on weight loss, you're not seeing the results that you think should be happening. Maybe you're talking down to yourself every time you go off your food plan or you eat too much. Maybe you don't feel supported fully in your journey. Maybe you feel deprived. Maybe you feel it impacts on your social life or your love life even. Maybe you feel like it's a chore. Maybe you feel stressed about your life and weight loss. Maybe you feel out of sync or alignment. Whatever it is, this is where your work lies, your personal work. And if you think you're not good enough, as you've not lost weight, that you're a failure for eating off plan, you're resentful to others or about others because they've not been supported of you, you're not planning foods you love, you're saying no to all the social events, you don't want to be doing the work, you're feeling overwhelmed about the whole thing and just the sheer notion of it all, then you're not going to be feeling joyful. You'll not be enjoying the process and you'll just be going through the motions. Trying your best, of course, to do all the things that you should be doing, but not really sure why you're doing it. It's just kind of happening, really. So number 3, puzzle piece number 3. How do you find your joy in the weight loss process? So there's many, many ways to make your weight loss far more joyful. So again, even today, I posted before going live on the Facebook wall to offer a game of hydration bingo for anyone watching live. Every time I said the word joy, the plan was for people watching to have a drink. And likewise, if you're listening at home, have a drink every time I say the word joy from here on in. Or maybe next time you're watching the show, anytime I say weight loss or whatever the keyword is for that show, it doesn't have to be. Drinking water can seem like the most boring thing in the world, but it doesn't have to be boring. And so it's just about having a little look at what your options are. Gamification is just one of those things. You could, for example, every time you go to the loo, because let's face it, if you've been drinking all that water, you might need to, say 7 things that you're absolutely loving about your day. For some of us, that could be a lot of likes at the end of the day, especially, like I say, if you're taking the water challenge. But getting a little deeper, though, my aim is to help my members from the get-go to work on identifying what it is that they want and who they want to be, as this is where joy lies, in who you want to be. And that's what I want for you and anybody listening. Ideally, you would be a member, but you don't have to be a member to still be playing along effectively. And the thing is that we don't as well just set an arbitrary weight figure on the scale to lose or aim for the first 10%. How you don't even have to be working on weight loss if you don't want to be. This is all about healing your relationship with food at your core. And so in the membership, there is a workbook called Finding Freedom, which starts the process as they start to identify where are they now and where do they want to be by connecting into their future self. And then they start to plot the course from there. Because weight loss can take time. It's about working on shifting old beliefs, old habits and patterns that didn't and don't work for you, and bringing in new ones. And in doing so, you're then changing your beliefs one step and one bite and belief at a time. And I used to think myself that weight loss was hard, that I would never lose weight, that it was in my genes, that weight loss was boring, and that it was not, and that I was just not good enough because of my body or how I looked. And my journey changed. I say all of that. I mean, I still go through the processes. I still have to use my own tools. But now I'm trying to give you the tools to do the same, because I didn't find out any of this stuff until I was 40 years old, and I want to make sure that I'm trying to get this message out as soon as I can. I want to help people to find more joy, to find your joy in the process as soon as you can do. I ultimately want to help you to super sleuth your way to weight loss, because you are in control now. You are the one making the rules, so to speak. You're the one that can control your own destiny and become the heroine of your own story. So how does your superhero self find more joy in the weight loss process? How does she show her badassery on a daily basis? How does she bring joy to her day, even if the shit's hitting the fan? How does she set goals that not only make her feel good, but bring her joy and delight? Again, these are more questions that you need to explore and answer for yourself. That way you can stay more motivated, enjoying the process, build momentum, and ultimately reach your goal, which is what you're here to try and do. And when you do this, you will feel more liberated and empowered. And as you become that heroine of your own story, you can transform your life in ways that were previously unimaginable. And you can be liberated from the illusion of weight loss being hard and punishing. Instead, it can be a joyous process full of self-care, self-love, self-appreciation, self-respect, and ultimately self-mastery. So if you are ready to add love to your weight loss journey, here are some things that could help. So number one, focusing on self-care. Treat yourself like the VIP that you are. Take time out for yourself each day to do something that brings yourself happiness. Number two, create goals that bring you joy. So set goals that bring you joy rather than ones that are focused on punishing yourself. So I recommend working on process over outcome goals, as they're ultimately ones that you can control. And if you feel more in control of the process, you're going to be happier in the process, and it's going to be more sustainable because you can see tangible results. Number three, explore foods you love and that make your body feel good. Again, weight loss doesn't have to be boring. We don't have to just eat lettuce. We don't have to just eat chicken and broccoli. You can spice it up a bit, and I don't mean just with spices. Get curious. Number four, be curious like the super sleuthing weight loss detective that you are. Curiosity is your superpower. So figure out what works and does not work for you. Number five, find your tribe. This goes without saying, as a membership, as somebody who has a membership, of course I want you to find your tribe. But it's obviously an important thing. We were destined to be in tribes from prehistoric times. And so I'd love for you to join the membership. Of course I would. But if you're not feeling it yet, that's fine. But find your people. Find people who bring you up, who encourage you, who drive you forward, who genuinely walk alongside you on a daily basis in the same or similar way as we would do in the membership. Number six, experiment. Try new things. Step a little toe out of your comfort zone every now and again to shake things up. Not only will it avoid boredom and stagnation, but you just may not know what you might find there. Number seven, work on your mindset. Joy is an emotion, and your emotions come from your thoughts and your beliefs. And so it all starts with those thoughts and beliefs. Number eight, if you want more joy, create it. You are the one in control. You can find flow, you can find joy and the gift in any moment, no matter how tough that might seem at the time. So, a little final quote for you. I think, therefore I am. I'm getting all philosophical on you. By Rene Descartes. Actually came up in my degree, and it's one of the things that my mum quotes at me all the time from when she proofread my many spelling mistakes, because I'm terrible at spelling. So yeah, famous quote, I think, therefore I am, philosopher Rene Descartes. In the context of what we've been covering today, though, it also serves as a reminder to you that your thoughts and beliefs about yourself and your journey can have that significant impact on your experience. And so if you're thinking negatively, aka you're having limiting beliefs, it can be a challenge to find joy in the process. On the other hand, if you're working on having a positive mindset, learning to trust and believe in yourself and the process, you will find more joy and satisfaction in the journey. Oops. Okay, so in conclusion, wrapping it all up, weight loss can be a liberating and fulfilling journey when you approach it with love. So by focusing on self-care activities, setting achievable goals that bring you joy, nourishing your body with nourishing foods, finding your tribe to provide that motivation and support, experimenting with new ideas, working on those mindset shifts to find that positive attitude, you can find food and life freedom and ultimately more joy, which, as I said, is what I want for every single person who listens and watches this show. So that's it, folks. Nice, short and sweet one this time round. Don't forget to check out the description to find out how you can take this show and your life and weight loss to the next level with love. And if you are a member, you'll I've just dropping a weekly resource in for this episode, which is called the GLAD method. So that will be dropping, and also then a 7-day joy challenge that goes with that. So make sure you check out your portal. And if you check it out tomorrow as well, I'm also just dropping in a hydration resource as well. Other than that, I am going to love you all and leave you, and I will see you all next week. Bye for now. Thanks for listening, and don't forget, if you want to boost your life and weight loss the AAA way, check out the relevant links for today's show in the description. Speak soon. Thanks for listening, and don't forget, if you want to boost your life and weight loss the AAA way, check out the relevant links for today's show in the description. Speak soon.